And Perk, you just heard the conversation with Fred VanVleet. I have such an appreciation for that young man going back to the Wichita State days, famously, as the draft party doesn't get picked and said, we're good, I'll be all right. And, man, he's been a great pro wherever he's been. He was spectacular tonight, has been these last three. What have you seen from him?
Well, you see, we're witnessing that championship leadership, Scott, all across the board. In a game like tonight, you have a young Rockets team going on the road, and all of a sudden, Fred, the floor general, the leader, sets the tone all across the board. Third game straight with 25 plus or more, but he's doing it and getting it done in all ways, right? We see the assists, we see the rebounds, but we also see him keeping his composure, which is rubbing off on the rest of the young guys to stay engaged and stay true to their identity. To their identity, and that's the defensive side of things, Scott. Tonight, the Warriors were horrible offensively because of the culture and the defensive intensity that the Rockets came out with, which was a huge win, man. A huge win all across the board. Great minutes from Thompson. Great minutes from Dylan Brooks. But Steven Adams was a force all across the board. Him and Şengün was punking them in the paint. I don't know if Golden State have an answer for it. And shout out to Ime Udoka for staying true to himself and playing that double big lineup. It was a beautiful thing to see.
I have to imagine, given who you were, your identity in this league, you know, bringing that lunchbox and getting in the paint and doing all the dirty work. I mean, Adams, you heard Fred raving about what he brought. That's a season high in minutes. You said it, Perk. I don't know what answer Golden State invents between now and Sunday night for the Şengün-Adams double big lineup. What do you do?
Pray. And look, I'm gonna take
always
Scott,
every
Scott,
day.
Scott, I'm gonna take a little credit here. Now, I actually raised Steven Adams as a rookie in Oklahoma City. But you think Steven Adams is worried about physicality?
No.
You know what Steven Adams, you know what he does in the offseason? He go back to New Zealand and he go hunting for wild hogs with no shoes, no socks on. This is nothing to him. You think he's scared to stepping up to the free throw line and making some shots? But, man, just them being a force on the offensive glass. And Şengün, I can't say enough about him. I call him Baby Jokic, filling up the stat sheet all across the board. Draymond Green, the former defensive player of the year, a guy that was up for it this year, he needs to show up and show out and do something, because right now he's not helping Jimmy or Steph or the Golden State Warriors. And maybe, in my opinion, Steve Kerr may have dropped the ball a little bit by losing Jonathan Kuminga, by not playing them in the play-in tournament and not playing them in this series, because his athleticism and size is needed right now.
That's interesting. I wonder if you could just try to turn that light on for Game 7. It's a little too. Seems like it's too late for this particular series, and I don't know if it's too late for Golden State, Perk. And I mean, I would never just dismiss who they have and what they've done as a group. But you look at that Game 5, Perk, right, where Houston jumps them early, up like 40-something to 24 in the first quarter. And at that point, if you're Golden State, you knew you had Game 6 in your back pocket. We can go home. We can get that. Well, now they don't have that. Now they've got to rally. And I don't know how they do it. This feels like a Houston team that's about to punch a ticket to make it to the semis. Do you see the same thing?
I'm feeling the same energy as you, Scott. And you're right, that Game 5, what it did was it gave the Rockets confidence, especially the young fellas. You got to think, you know, Tari Eason, he wasn't shooting the ball well. Thompson twin wasn't shooting the ball well. All of a sudden in Game 5, they started knocking down shots. They started getting their swag, and all of a sudden they're comfortable coming into your house, which we saw this tonight. Like, they're like, hold on. So we could attack y'all, and y'all not going to impose y'all will and not bring the physicality? I just don't know what else Golden State could do. Maybe Steve Kerr make an adjustment and try to bring in an old vet, a champion, in Kevon Looney. And I don't even know if that's going to cut the mustard at this point.
You got to give Houston the credit that they earned. It's a 2-point game in the fourth quarter in a building that can be great. And, man, it was dead quiet those last 5 or 6 minutes because Van Vliet, Adam, Şengün, that whole group led by Udoka setting the tone. I'm with you, Perk. Stunning's not the right word because this is a 2 seed for a reason. But I don't think a lot of people saw this one coming. I appreciate you, Perk. We'll carry on next week with whoever comes out of this one, okay?
All right, thanks, Scott. Appreciate you.
I appreciate